Michael Delaney was a former New Hampshire Attorney General who was nominated by President Joe Biden to serve as a judge on the First Circuit Court of Appeals. He had a distinguished career as a prosecutor and a lawyer, and he was widely respected by both Democrats and Republicans. He was also the first openly gay nominee for the First Circuit, which covers Maine, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, Puerto Rico, and Rhode Island. But his nomination faced strong opposition from some conservative groups and Republican senators, who questioned his judicial philosophy and his record on issues such as abortion, gun rights, and religious liberty. They also accused him of being too close to Biden and his son Hunter, who had hired Delaney's law firm to represent him in a tax investigation. Delaney denied any conflict of interest or improper influence, but he could not overcome the political hurdles that blocked his confirmation. After months of waiting for a hearing in the Senate Judiciary Committee, Delaney decided to withdraw his nomination on May 17. He said he was grateful for Biden's trust and support, but he did not want to put his family and his law practice through any more uncertainty and stress. He also expressed his hope that Biden would nominate another qualified candidate who would receive fair and timely consideration by the Senate. Delaney's withdrawal was a setback for Biden's judicial agenda, which aimed to diversify the federal bench and fill the vacancies left by the previous administration. It also highlighted the challenges that Biden faced in working with a divided and polarized Congress, where even moderate nominees could face fierce resistance and delay. Delaney's case was one of the most controversial and high-profile examples of why Biden's appeals court nomination failed. One of the reasons why Michael Delaney withdrew from Biden's appeals court nomination was that he faced bipartisan opposition from some senators who criticized his handling of a legal case involving a New Hampshire school that was sued by the family of a girl who said she was sexually assaulted. The case dates back to 2014, when Delaney was the Attorney General of New Hampshire. He represented the state's Department of Education in defending a lawsuit filed by the parents of a 14-year-old girl who alleged that she was raped by a fellow student at Concord High School. The lawsuit claimed that the school failed to protect the girl from harassment and retaliation after she reported the assault. Delaney argued that the state was not liable for the school's actions and that the lawsuit should be dismissed. He also questioned the credibility of the girl and her mother, suggesting that they had fabricated or exaggerated the allegations. He cited inconsistencies in their statements, their failure to report the assault to the police, and their refusal to cooperate with the school's investigation. Delaney's handling of the case drew sharp criticism from some senators, both Democrats and Republicans, who accused him of victim blaming and undermining the rights of sexual assault survivors. They argued that Delaney showed a lack of sensitivity and compassion for the girl and her family, and that he failed to uphold the principles of justice and equality. Some of Delaney's critics included Sen. Richard Blumenthal, Democrat, Connecticut, who is a former Attorney General himself, Sen. Joni Ernst, Republican, Iowa, who is a survivor of sexual assault, and Sen. Mazie Hirono, Democrat, Hawaii, who is a member of the Senate Judiciary Committee. They expressed their concerns about Delaney's nomination during his confirmation hearing in February and indicated that they would not support him. Delaney defended his actions in the case, saying that he was following his professional duty as a lawyer to zealously represent his client. He also said that he regretted any pain or distress that he may have caused to the girl and her family, and that he respected their courage in coming forward. However, his apologies and explanations were not enough to convince some senators, who remained unconvinced of his suitability for the appeals court. Facing a lack of support and a likely defeat in the Senate, Delaney decided to withdraw his nomination on Thursday, in a letter sent to President Biden. Delaney's withdrawal was a rare setback for Biden's judicial agenda, which has been largely successful in confirming diverse and qualified nominees to the federal bench. Delaney faced bipartisan opposition from senators who questioned his record on abortion rights and sexual assault cases. In his letter to Biden, Delaney said he respected the Senate's constitutional role and wanted to advance the work of the federal judiciary. Here is a possible script for this section. Michael Delaney was one of Biden's nominees for the First Circuit Court of Appeals, a powerful federal court that covers 6 states in the Northeast. He was a former New Hampshire Attorney General and a partner at a prestigious law firm. He had the support of his home state senators, both Democrats, who praised his character and commitment to justice. But Delaney's nomination ran into trouble when some senators raised concerns about his involvement in 2 controversial legal matters. One was a brief he signed as Deputy Attorney General defending a New Hampshire law that required parental notification before a minor could have an abortion. The law was later repealed by the state legislature. Delaney said he had very limited role in the case and that he personally supported abortion rights. The other issue was his representation of a boarding school that was sued by the family of a girl who said she was sexually assaulted by another student. The school settled the case for an undisclosed amount, but some senators accused Delaney of trying to silence the victim and protect the school's reputation. Delaney denied any wrongdoing and said he acted ethically and professionally. These issues created enough doubt among some Democrats and Republicans on the Senate Judiciary Committee, which is responsible for vetting judicial nominees. The committee never voted on Delaney's nomination, despite having it on its agenda for a month. Delaney realized he did not have enough support to be confirmed and decided to withdraw his name from consideration. In a letter to Biden on Thursday, Delaney said he was most respectful of the Senate's constitutional role and wanted to advance the work of the federal judiciary. He thanked Biden for the honor of being nominated and expressed his gratitude to his family, friends, and colleagues for their support. Delaney's withdrawal was a rare defeat for Biden on judicial nominations, which have been mostly smooth and swift. Biden has appointed 129 federal judges so far, including 34 to circuit courts and 1 to the Supreme Court. He has also broken barriers by nominating judges who reflect the diversity of the country in terms of race, gender, sexual orientation, and professional background. But Delaney's case shows that judicial nominations can still be contentious and unpredictable, especially on issues like abortion and sexual assault that are highly polarized and sensitive in American politics. It also shows that Biden may face more challenges in filling vacancies on the federal bench as his term progresses and as the midterm elections approach.